Hello and welcome to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Again, the DLC just dropped a couple days ago, and I decided to bring out Morri for this because it's a more expressive avatar, and you can see the faces I make when I get blue shelled. So I'm sure that'll be good for everyone. I need to go up or the game needs to go down. Man, I start the recording and I find out the volume's out of whack. Hang on. But in the meantime, while I fix things, I hope you are all well tonight. I sound very hoarse, I know, because I got a cold or something. I don't know what it is. I was able to take Wednesday off work, but not yesterday, unfortunately. I wasn't scheduled today, but I feel pretty rough, so if I do badly, that's why. Too busy talking about movies to help me fix the volume. That's fine, I guess. I like hearing people talk about movies since I never really watch them. I like to, that's not what I want. I want to, hear about them vicariously from people. Okay, I'm gonna make a room. Oh yeah, Morton. I was playing as Morton last time I was racing with friends. You know what? Heck with it. He makes funny noises. Yeah, I'll be Morton. You saw the Paddington movies after you saw The Shape of Water, which was an awkward experience. Oh. I've heard the Paddington movies are good. Belle. I remember the Paddington stories, and even there was a Paddington cartoon that I think aired on Teletoon here in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember there was an episode where he was tasked with making beef Wellington, and he did not understand what beef Wellington was, and he wound up cooking Wellington boots, you know, wellies. And people were like, this beef Wellington's really tough. There's Kai. Hello, Kai. What was the Amelia Bedelia? She was the children's book character that always took things really literally, right? I never really read those books, but I remember them being around when I was in grade school. I just see in the chat briefly, you've ridden in an elevator with Doug Jones. Really? Where did that happen? Goodness. Make a Wellington in the shape of a boot. Does anyone else want in right now, or shall I just press forward with what I got? Amelia Bedelia is your waifu, and you will love her forever. Her and her literal self. Thank you for sharing that with the class. You couldn't read them because you got so embarrassed for her. That would be a problem, huh? Hello, Next. Next, you want to race with us too? The Paddington cartoon played on some channel when you were a kid. Nickelodeon, huh? We didn't get that here in Canada, so heck me, I guess. But I'm pretty sure it was on Teletoon here. Like the two major kids channels here are YTV and Teletoon. And then there was also Treehouse TV, which is a cable channel added later, but that was like preschooler stuff, you know, like Blue's Clues. Or, you know, what was that one called? Where, I want to say it was called Crazy Quilt, where it was like a lady and then either like a tiger or a raccoon, depending on, like, I guess the season. And they made crafts and told stories with the crafts, and I thought it was very cute. Crazy Quilt, okay, thank you. No, just moving some stuff over. Okay. Oh, he came to the local game Comic-Con last time he went. Oh, and he happened to be in that one too. That's pretty cool. What was that one children's book written by Beverly Cleary? Never had to say her name out loud. Where the protagonist at one point tried to smack a hard-boiled egg on her head to break the shell, but it turned out to be an unboiled egg, and she got yolk all over her head. You got to ride with Matt Mercer on that trip. Dang, that would have been cool. I've never read Ramona. I've never read any of Beverly Cleary's books. I remember, again, seeing him in the library in elementary school. Oh yeah, we can do custom items now. I don't want to start the race yet. I will do normal calm. So I do want to try out this custom race, or rather custom item thing. So I don't know if it's going to bring up the screen now. Here we go. Okay. Oh, so like random. Interesting. Okay. Only Ramona you can think of is Ramona Flowers. Let's not start with absolute chaos. Okay, okay, okay. Well, we'll keep it normal for now. Scott Pilgrim is a book for 3rd graders, that's right. You know, when I saw the custom items, I was thinking specifically, how can we recreate Nex's Cuckoos and Bees rule set? I know I've mentioned this on stream before, but if you are not familiar with Cuckoos and Bees, it is a rule set that Nex came up with for Smash Bros, where we turn off all the items except for Cuckoos and Bees, and we set the item rate to high, and it sucks. It's very funny, but it sucks. What's the Mario Kart equivalent of Cuckoos and Bees? Blue shells and lightning. Alright, there we go. Here's a place to meet Paddington Bear and wear some wellies. That does sound really obnoxious, actually, like blue shells and lightning. So I have not tried the DLC at all until just this moment. I haven't even seen the courses in action. Sorry, because I've been just sick the past couple days. I'm very tired. So if I drive into walls, that's why. I've never been to London. Are there chain chomps in London? I mean, I've heard London's very touristy. Maybe they keep the chain chomps to keep the tourists at bay. I mean, I know people say London's really touristy and really expensive, and I know that, but I'd still love to go someday, just because I've read so many books that take place there, and I just love to see just all the historic sites, you know? And I want to be waved at by a shy guy on a bench. Gosh darn it. No. Does this course let you fall into the Thames? I have to know. Well, I need a tetanus shot after this course. Oh, gosh darn it. Again, if you are just joining us for whatever reason, I'm not feeling too hot. So if I sound really hoarse, that's why. And if I do badly, that's also why. Like that. I enjoy how the layout changes, or I guess the course rather changes between laps. The route you take changes between laps. That's how I want to phrase it. I think keeps things interesting, and it's cool that you can sort of appreciate all the variations present in Mario Kart Tour, but also at the same time, it's confusing when you've never raced on that particular course before. Very good. You mind? How far back am I? Like, tragically far back, right? Okay, I didn't need that, sure. Oh, it's not good when you can't even see the explosion of the blue shell. I mean, I heard it. Wow. No. Could you do that, like, after I cross the finish line, maybe? I'd appreciate it. Oh, well. You know, I forget if I've shared with the stream that thing we would do on the block fort in Mario Kart 64, where we would just launch green shells everywhere at the bottom. I wish they'd bring that back, like block fort, so we could do that. What happened, Adora? Did you get shot right at the end? London is well known for spiky turtle people driving go-karts on the roundabouts, but you think the chain chomps are fake. Would they do that? Would Nintendo lie to us like that? Oh, just Joe slammed into you at the end, huh? You know, I don't remember Boo Lake at all. Like, I played Mario Kart Super Circuit, but I don't remember Blue Lake. Oh, I do remember Peach Gardens, though, from Mario Kart DS. This was a cute one. I still remember the music, even. Or something like that. Can't wait to get completely turned around. Peach Gardens has changed slightly, huh? I don't really remember a lot about the layout, except there's chain chomps running around in a hedge maze. Boy, it's wonderful seeing this course in high definition. I mean, it was cool that we got something so detailed on the DS, but oh bother. Oh bother. Oh, and I forgot to turn my phone into Do Not Disturb. Now I see the Discord notifications. Come on, please. I'm sick. Cut me some slack. Were there always Monty Moles? I think there were. Lawrence. Lawrence. Yeah, why is my acceleration so garbage, she thinks to herself. Well, forgetting she's driving as a heavyweight. Ah, Lawrence, it was mine. Rude. So can someone please retrieve their dog? Let's get on the castle's PA system. Someone's dog is loose in the gardens. I repeat, someone's dog is loose in the gardens. Please come collect your dog. I am reminded also of, I put it on Twitter, but I found in the new Pokemon game, right in the entrance to one of the gyms, there's like a Choodle standing in the loading zone. And like you can only see it right when you're leaving the building, and it's evidently not supposed to be there. It's like, can someone please come and collect their child? Oh, what's this? Oh. Interesting. Oh, we're going up backwards. Oh, that's cool. No. Whoa, whoa, Wendy, hello. Hurry up, Wendy. Ugh. Do not shoot. Do not shoot. You know what would be... Ooh, a glider section. I could high-five Luigi. You know what would be an obnoxious race type is, like, nothing but bullet bills. You let God decide at that point. No. I need to not play as Morton. I don't feel good as Morton. Curses. That's really cool, though, that you drive it in reverse. God, Morton, your leg is clipping through the wheel and it's bugging me. Stop it. Morton's noises are making you laugh while you're trying to race. Good. He doesn't know what's going on. I feel like maybe he's even barely aware that he's racing. He's just having a good time. There's a video I saw from the original Mario Kart 8 where someone said they and their roommate decided to try and race the most boring race possible to see what the game would select as highlights. And so it was just like Morton and Roy driving around in the little shoe cars very slowly and like bonking into one another and having a good time. And it was like Morton and Roy's big day out. Hello, Lax-Calax. Don't worry, the sound of Morton's giddy noises will bring you back to life, surely. Hey, hey. Whoosh. Okay, well, that's fair. Oh, no. No, it's no. There's something very almost Banjo-Kazooie about this music. Or at least there was briefly. Just the twinkly sound of it. Like it was making me think of Creepy Castle. Oh my god, Donkey Kong 64 again. How long is like 100% speedrun of that game? It's like 7 hours or something, isn't it? Like no glitches or anything. It's gotta be like at least 7 hours. Good, good, well even better. I wonder if those walls in the GBA version were breakable like the ones from the Super Nintendo Mario Kart. You know, you bonk into the walls once and they vanish. I can't remember because it's been years since I've played Mario Kart Super Circuit. It's one of the weaker entries of the series, I think. It's fine. I love like this kind of like arrangement of the Ghost House music from the like original Mario Kart. I did it! I won! I cannot escape DK64. It's like purgatory. See, we did that already too. The whole Dante's Inferno, but each circle of hell is just a level of beaver bother. Okay, how does the speedrun deal with that one beaver bother that's in Creepy Castle, where you have to float up as Lanky? Because I could never beat that one. I tried and tried and tried and tried, but it's busted. It doesn't work. It never go in the hole. 101% speedrun of Donkey Kong 64 is 5 hours and 10 minutes. I mean, for a speedrun of a platformer, that's a long time. 510, your birthday. Well, obviously that's what you should do on your birthday, is 100% Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, it's got to be a glitchless speedrun. No out of bounds or anything. Yeah, speed run, air quotes. You know what impresses me are people who speedrun RPGs without any major exploits. Because, I mean, like, just a successful attempt takes forever. And you think about the, you know, hundreds of hours spent practicing. I saw an interesting video a while back, showing, like, someone who speedruns the original Mario Bros. Whoa, my Joy-Con just kind of locked up there, and I couldn't turn. So they speedrun the original Mario Bros. And they managed to, I forget, like, I think they might have made their own sort of software for it, but they were able to record and overlay all of their previous failed attempts. So you can see, like, during the successful run, you can see just this horde of Marios die off as runs fail along the way. Ah, jeez. Jeez. Boy, this bit of Rock Mountain was really made for the Zero-G, huh? Anyway, it was really... Oh, the sign! You can bonk into the sign just like Neo Bowser City. Heck yeah. But it was, yeah, really interesting seeing, like, just the hundreds of attempts, or even, like, a speedrun that takes just over 5 minutes. And how many hours of practice it took them to achieve that. Because maybe sometimes when you see speedruns, you don't think about, like, just how much time and effort it takes to do a game extremely fast. Like, they even had a lot of Marios die to the very first Goomba. I think we've all done it. Oh boy, that's like dying to the first Goomba. There's no category for glitchless? What? Man, I have a blue shell. That's kind of sad. Please don't run me over. Oh, yes! That's all I needed. I should have kept gliding in the air so I could, go over that pipe. How did those toads and that Yoshi get up there? They're not gonna come down now. Oh, thanks. I got my mushroom back. So, I haven't seen it yet because it hasn't happened while I'm in the air, but I read that something that changed in this Mario Kart update was that Getting hit by lightning while you're gliding no longer knocks you out of the air, which is huge. Especially for courses like this in Maple Treeway, which have long gliding sections. Well, sad, but I made it. DK64 is so easy to glitch, you would have to reset runs just because you accidentally rolled out of bounds. I cost you your bronze. Good. You played Mario Kart 8 in your last class today, and you were blown away by the lightning not knocking you out of the air. That's wild. Hello, Jacob. Welcome. Again, if any of you are just joining me, I'm not feeling too hot, so that's why I sound really hoarse. I remember that glitch, or there's this glitch you can do in Donkey Kong 64 once you get lanky, and you can stretch his arms through the I forget their name, but the signpost guys that won't let you into, into levels without a certain number of bananas. You can just cheese your way in that way. You got Mario Kart 8? Oh, hey, if you want in, here, wait, I think that's my friend code in the chat, if you would like it. If you want to race with us, pardon me, stretch his arms out just for you. What kind of incentive would I need to do like a spoken word rendition of the DK rap? I mean, I wouldn't need an incentive, I'd just do it. I'm gonna take a sip of water really quick. 1 second. Yes, the faces I make when I take a sippy. If you could post GIFs in Twitch chat, you'd be spamming DK64 GIFs all the time. Like, what? Oh, your internet's being bad. Well, boo. Well, if it ever shapes up, you are absolutely welcome to join us. I'm gonna stop being Martin now. I'm gonna be on brand. Man, man, me. You only had one friend who owned DK64. You were not allowed to listen to the entire rap because of language. I mean, yeah, that's pretty shocking for an N64 game. Like, can I say that? Is that legal? You know, I'm gonna drive a Wiggler, because it's Wiggler Wednesday on Friday from Maple Treeway. Bible College, huh? There's 100% speedrun of Baten Kaitos. What? Like, isn't there one of the magus that you need to age for like dozens of hours in real time? I can't remember if it's dozens or hundreds, but it's a lot. 2 weeks, okay. It's Wednesday somewhere, not on Earth, but somewhere. Let's keep it normal for now. Speed run. Air quotes. 100% record for Shadow the Hedgehog, like several days long. Are they allowed to take breaks? Like, I guess it could be a multi-segment speed run. Because yeah, all the unique titles you can get for the different permutations of routes that are available. It just, yeah. If you ever want to laugh, look up like Shadow the Hedgehog endings and all the names of the different ones, because they're like emo poetry. It's hysterical. Cuckoos and Bees is nothing but crazy eights. What? It put the mushrooms on too. Maybe because like you can only get crazy eights if you're in the back. Speed run for Baten Kaitos is over 337 hours. Dear God. Oh, chaos, huh? So that's like multi-segment, right? Where's that? There's a picture I saw on Tumblr forever ago of someone was running Majora's Mask for like, it was like a 24-hour stream or something, I guess, and they fell asleep on camera. You can see in the chat people yelling, "The moon is falling!" A guy dozing in his chair as the moon crashes into Termina. Oops. I guess there's probably a reason for the mushroom, because I don't know how the item algorithm is changed to accommodate like different item loadouts, since the items you get are based on your distance from the front. And I suppose you can't get the crazy 8 if you're in the lead. So I guess we need mushrooms. Do you mind? Oh, these saxophones are nice. That's not nice. I'm scared to use the mushroom. Can't wait to hit a wiggler. Aren't there... Well, I don't know if there still are. Weren't there sometimes mushrooms in those leaf piles if you bonked into them? Wow, beautiful scenery. I did that on purpose. So you can see the beautiful fall scenery. Oh my god. The low percent speedrun of Twilight Princess is over 17 hours long. My god. So why so long? Like, is it the kind of run where... Oh my god. Okay, now I see why I turned the mushroom on. Wow. Like, is it waiting around for, like, NPCs to move to a specific spot, or, like, to glitch yourself into some geometry, but it takes a long time? Most of it is before you get the sword in the village, really. So, I learned something, I guess, that the items in the Crazy 8 are dependent on what items are available in the greater item pool. So if you have everything else turned off, then that's all you're gonna get. So now I see why it put mushrooms on, because otherwise we'd get nothing from the Crazy 8s. Also, I guess, while I'm thinking of it, I will be streaming Big Run in Splatoon 3 tomorrow afternoon at noon Pacific. I really want to do it, even though today I'm not feeling good. I was really looking forward to the Mario Kart stream, and even if tomorrow I'm still not feeling good, I'm still going to at least stream a little bit of Big Run. So I'd be very sad if I didn't do it. Yeah, I've been, like, sick and bedridden all day, but Cosmo, I think, has been thrilled because he's had ample opportunity to sit on me. No, come on, me. Get it together, get it together, get it together. Heck, Mario. Very sad, but whatever. When Link picks up a rupee for the first time, he actually slowly moves. This is used to bypass barriers. Oh. You gotta move a few millimeters per hour during the Got Rupee cutscene to get past some doors. That's hilarious. There are supposed to be mushrooms in the leaf piles, but maybe they're not spawning because of the item change. Interesting. Well, let's go to Germany, I guess. When are they going to add Vancouver? I want Canada to be canonized in the Mario Kart universe. You've been sick today, and Jolene is annoyed because you keep coughing or sneezing. I know. I sneezed earlier and offended Cosmo. Last wave, you think? How many unique city courses are in Mario Kart Tour? I don't actually know. I haven't played Tour, but I know of the gacha mechanics in that game, and they're ridiculous. All the costumes are cute. I want the costumes here. Give us the costumes, but for free. Also, I want to play as Nabbit. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. I want to drive in the subway. It looks like you can drive in the subway. I kind of wish I knew some German, but it's one of those languages where every time I try to speak it, I just kind of butcher the pronunciation horribly. Like I can't quite make the sounds. Who brought their surfboard to Berlin? Maybe Berlin has some sick waves that I've never heard about until now. Aw, oh, man, I thought I'd, like, bounce off that, or, like, ramp off that, brick base around the tree, but no. Just bonk. Goop, goop. Has anyone here actually been to Germany? I know Kelly has, but they're not here right now. I want to try the food. I bet the food is excellent. Does Germany have womps? Again, I've never been, so who am I to say? I feel like this song needs more tuba. And I feel like I need some sort of like nice Oktoberfest lager. Merlin used to meow whenever you sneezed. You read that as Mario meows. Oh, how come I can be Cat Peach but not Cat Mario? Mario Meows is the name of 3D World in a parallel universe. Your mom's been back in the 80s, dang. Local pub that does German food, it's very good, oh I bet. Why don't you get a cat named Mario? Ich bin ein Berliner. Ah yes, I am a jelly donut. I've heard that. It's Christmas. So, I've mentioned before, but at work, we don't play the corporate playlist because we don't have a speaker system. There's just a Bluetooth speaker so people can connect their own devices, and my manager is the only one who plays Christmas music. And it's just like a random assortment of Christmas music, and my god. Yes, I've heard the Mariah Carey song many times. There's so many bad Christmas songs out there that just, it's like nails on a chalkboard. Okay, everybody, what are the worst Christmas songs? Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. I'm gonna nominate that one. Damn You, Paul McCartney. Yes, I have heard that one at work. Even my manager's like, this song is awful. I'm like, it is! Change it! He didn't change it. I hate Little Drummer Boy in all iterations of it. It just annoys me, musically speaking. I remember our corporate playlist last year had, I think, like, Destiny's Child version of Little Drummer Boy. And that one was even worse. Actually, no, like, I can't say that. Like, every version of Little Drummer Boy is terrible. Beyonce cannot save it. What's that? The really condescending, Do They Know It's Christmas Time one or whatever? That one's horrible. I really hate those, like, the charity songs that treat people in other countries as if they're, you know, othering them, I guess, for lack of a better word. It just feels condescending, and also it's a bad song. Let's see what else. Jackson 5, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I mean, I hate that song anyway, but I think just having, you know, shrill child voice makes it worse. Frosty the Snowman, any and all iterations of Frosty the Snowman, it's very boring. I'm not even looking at chat right now because I'm trying to race. For once, I'd like to do well. Illness be damned. I actually have an ice pack wrapped in a t-shirt behind me. to keep me cool. It's my temperature from running hot all day. Don't worry, I took a plague test a little before stream. It is negative. So I know that's not 100% conclusive, but it doesn't seem to be the plague. Thank God. I would have been very mad if it was the plague. You know, it's nice playing this with just mushrooms, so like I can appreciate the scenery without getting shot out of the sky. Merry Christmas to me. Any Christmas song becomes a bad one if you hear it too much, correct? The one you dislike the most is All I Want for Christmas Is You because you have heard it so many times. Yeah. I am sorry, Our Lady of the Holidays, Mariah Carey. It is nothing personal, but my God, I hate that song. You dislike I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. That one's annoying. Santa Baby. Well, it's Eartha Kitt, though. I don't like listening to it, but I respect Eartha Kitt very much. Anything with a bad children's choir, honestly. You know what's really funny, and I'm sure I've mentioned this before, is the Michael Bublé version of Santa Baby called Santa Buddy. It's very no homo, and it cracks me up. It's like, really, Michael Bublé, like, this is the song you chose to cover? Just own it. Don't change the lyrics, you coward. Like, there's some bit where instead of singing like a convertible, he wants a convertible, but instead of singing light blue, he says steel blue. Because I guess, you know, light blue is not manly enough. Bye, Joe. Also, I need to take a second and just appreciate Rainbow Road because this is one of the best versions of Rainbow Road. At least that's my memory of it, is it's one of the best versions of Rainbow Road. Like, musically, looks-wise, Chomps on the Moon. You hate covers of... Okay, hang on. No, I should probably read the chat after. I think Christmas songs that I can tolerate are older ones. I don't really like pop Christmas songs. They tend to get on my nerves just because, like, they tend to be really overproduced. I don't mind, like, the Christmas song, like, well, I'm gonna sing this out of tune because I'm hearing Mario Kart music on the moon. Chomps on the moon! Toads! These toads are new. Whoa, I was driving right at the toads. Ooh. Like a chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. That one. That one's fine. Maybe like ones that have sort of a sleepier, more dreamlike feel to them. They just make me think of nighttime at Christmas. In the winter, looking at the lights over the snow in the dark. Out of my way, Mayro. Out of my way, mayonnaise. Yeah. You do like Eartha Kitt. You respect all Catwomen. Okay, what's the best Catwoman, Mr. Batman fan? I mean, not that I've seen every Batman movie, so I can't really have an opinion, but I do like Eartha Kitt in the old campy, like, 60s Batman. That one's like a live-action version of a cartoon. Kershaw and Dora beating me by 3 points. Sleigh Ride is fun to play. Like, as a trumpet player, I like playing Sleigh Ride. Never forget the time we were playing Double Dash and Wario when Waluigi got stuck half falling off the track on Rainbow Road. I remember that. In this Mario world of nothing but mushrooms, there is only mushroom nays. So, like, for condiments, it's just all mushrooms. Is that what you're saying? Michelle Pfeiffer, but you did like Zoe Kravitz a lot, too. You know what still makes me sad is in The Emperor's New Groove, where Eartha Kitt plays Yzma, the villain. She apparently had a villain song, and then they cut it? Why would you cut that? Like, why would you get a cool villain song from the legendary Eartha Kitt and then cut it out of the movie? Would you care for some mushrooms on your mushroom? Speaking of Christmas and Batman, Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. A very twisted, horny Christmas movie? Is it? I've not seen that one. Mushroom mustard, mushroom mayo, mushroom ketchup. The last one's pretty legit. Well, now we know how the Crazy 8 works. I'm gonna do something unwise now, and I'm very sorry. But just for kicks. Okay, Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman and Danny DeVito is the Penguin. Okay. Set on Christmas with a very snowy Gotham. Okay, let me think here. No. Someone said nothing but the super horn in Baby Park. So it's just like melee. But then we'd have to pick Baby Park every time. Let me just pick like some garbage items here. Yeah, this looks pretty terrible. Penguin is really gross in that movie. Maybe I'd take a pass. Hang on, I'm missing some chat messages. You hate covers of classic songs. I'm reading this very late. You hate covers of pop Christmas songs. Yeah. Walking in a Winter Wonderland. Penguin is very gross, but Danny DeVito owns the role so hard. I mean, he is the trash man. I've never even seen It's Always Sunny. The most I've seen of It's Always Sunny are just like clips of it. Stuff out of context. Danny DeVito just seems like a really nice guy. I also remember reading somewhere with regards to It's Always Sunny that, I don't know the name of her. I think her character is Sweet D, if I'm getting that right. But she advocated for, like, look, I don't want to be like the straight man here, you know, just because I'm the only woman in the primary cast. Because that's what happens in a lot of comedies, is that, like, you know, all the guys are goofy and dumb, and, you know, the girl is the sensible one, and that's boring. So she's like, no, I want to be a chaotic dummy like everybody else. And then they granted her wish. And I'm glad, even though I've never seen it. Oh god, it's 200cc. From the back villager, I just briefly thought it was Amy Rose because I saw the pink hair and the red outfit. And I'm like, Amy? No, I'm not that feverish. Go. Was Community done by the same people as It's Always Sunny? I don't remember. The best part of this is that, you know, because my VTuber avatar covers my place, I don't know what place I'm in. It's last, right? That was hell, but at least it was mercifully short. Second, what? How? Oh, it was silver, huh? I think we all wish Amy Rose was in this game. Actually, no, I want to be Cream the Rabbit. Still salty she's not playable in any of the Mario and Sonic games. But I think just because they know she would be too powerful. Belle and I had the same idea. Joe and Andorra picking like some of the worst courses possible for 200cc. Well, actually, I think I wanna pick the sweets one now. I got froyo in the fridge, or freezer rather. But I'll try some froyo after this. Cool myself off. Wow. Excuse me. Yet again, I see... Wow, that was actually kind of cool. I did a sweet flip. Stop it. Like, every time I see Lakitu, I'm like, you can play as Lakitu in this game? I forget. Nobody mains Lakitu. I wonder if a Bullet Bill's speed is adjusted for like the engine class you're currently racing in. So a Bullet Bill used for 200cc goes faster than a Bullet Bill you use at 50cc. Oh yeah, more speed on 200cc. That's exactly what I need. I'll see ya. Whoosh. This one's always fun on 200cc. Just wicked air. What? What? Oh no! Oh. Didn't actually mean to use that right there. I was just mashing. Look at this, your Bowser Jr. What? Of course nobody mains Lakitu. Too much conflict of interest. You dislike how Dixie Kong is in Mario Kart Tour and not a good game. Free Dixie from Gotcha Hell. Man, I want to play Donkey Kong Country 2 again. Does anybody want to play Donkey Kong Country 2 with me, just on, like, the SNES Online? Right now. I'm going to end the stream now, but every once in a while, I'm like, I want to play Donkey Kong Country 2 again. I love that game. I just demolished Belle on the last turn. I'm sorry, Belle. I'm sorry. She's in DK Barrel Blast. Ooh. A superior racing game, obviously. Oh goodness, yeah, please get some rest, Belle. Also, please give your cats a pat for me. Demolished Belle right out of the game. You actually completed DKC2 once, 102%. Hey, that's pretty good. I mean, as far as I'm aware, Donkey Kong Country 2 has a reputation for being a very difficult game. So you should be proud of yourself for getting 102%. That was hell fun, but also hell. Yeah, animal antics. Like, honestly, it's just like the squawks part of animal antics that I hate. It's stressful. Oh god, I'm so fast. What have I done? Oh, God. Okay. I didn't actually mean to, like, flip the camera around. That was kind of weird. I just hit the X button by accident. So I'm looking at all these bright colors. Have any of the rest of you seen the most recent trailer for the Mario movie? Just Mario and Toad going through Toad Town, and like, I'm mad at how charming and cute it looks. Oh, goodbye, Joe. Just all the details and the music. Like, I think, I don't know about you, but one of my concerns for that movie, gosh darn it, was the fear that it would, you know, be made by people who didn't really have much of a personal stake in the series. You know, like a lot of previous video game adaptations. But you can tell that a lot of the people working on it must be really big Mario fans with just all the details being packed in. And I really appreciate that. And not just like, you know, the easy references that everybody knows. Yeah, but even stuff like, you know, the antique shop, there's a dragon coin from Super Mario World. Like, that's cute. What the heck was all that? Bullet Bill saved you? Were you going off the side? And you just bulleted for dear life? Okay, Belle's had a chance to yeet herself into space, right? They learned that if they screw it up, then the internet would bully them into fixing it like they did Sonic. I feel bad for the artists who had to redo so much of the Sonic movie, probably under crunch. to improve his looks. I mean, it was a needed change, but you know, you think about all the people involved in the production who are probably, you know, like, this design is hideous, but of course the higher-ups don't listen to us. You've heard people say Chris Pratt's Mario sounds like Linda from Bob's Burgers, and you can't unhear it even though you barely know that show. I don't remember what she sounds like. I've just seen a couple clips of it. Oh, hello, Darth. Welcome. If I sound really hoarse, it's because I'm feeling rather sick today, so please bear with me. Oh, you got hit right before the finish line. Oof, that's rough. I think the other thing that concerns me with the Mario movie, and I'm hoping probably won't be the case at this point, but is, whoa, you can do that to the pinballs? Is just, like, pop culture references. I really hate it when movies and shows and whatnot do the lazy pop culture reference jokes. And it's not like putting their own unique spin on thing. Like, for example, something I've seen a lot of over the years are like Wizard of Oz parodies. And yeah, it's a pop culture thing, but, you know, media puts their own spin on it, and that's fine. I don't like jokes that are just like, hey, remember this thing? And that's the joke. I hate that. Plus it makes something feel very dated. But so far it doesn't look like the Mario movie will do any of that. I mean, it does have Miyamoto-san, you know, involved in the production, so I'm sure he'll be fairly judicious with how the Discord is going off. Stop it. for how things play out. Pinball. Oh, I am the pinball wizard. I'm sitting here quietly trying to think of parody lyrics for the Who's Pinball Wizard, and I'm blanking. This fresh something squid kid sure plays a mean pinball. Pinball, don't pinball. Ooh, Scary, scary, scary. Wiggler Wednesday! You listen to a lot of Pinball Wizard in your high school, early college days. Have you ever seen, what's it called, Tommy? Like the movie that's based around it? I heard it's really weird. Never seen it, though. Also, hello, Dak, welcome. You forget where you heard this, but you remember hearing the song Pinball Wizard was written to cater to one particular music critic, and it worked. You'll be right back. Okay, I'll wait for you to return. Also, Dak, if you would like in, by all means. Next is also welcome whenever they're finished eating supper. I'm gonna drink some water. One sec. I was actually thinking of... Oh, there's Dak. Hello, Dak. I was actually thinking of a different song from The Who earlier, because my dad was playing music, and I overheard Won't Get Fooled Again. You know, the CSI Miami theme. Yeah! Which I can't do with my sore throat, but, you know. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Yeah, nice crown, Kai. Sure would be a shame if someone took it from you. And Dora, since you also like Game Center CX, have you ever seen the, I guess it was like a bonus feature from one of their DVDs called, The People in My Head? And they have, staff members draw characters from the various game challenges on the show, and with the exception of one person, no one on the show can really draw. I just know they did it with Kai once, with from Quest of Kai. You never saw that? It's hysterical, especially people trying to draw Kirby. I don't know if I can find it on YouTube, though. Welcome back, Joe. Do I want to change my character at all? Because unlike everyone else here, I have no brand loyalty. Bell's not here. I could play as Bowser Jr. I have never actually played as Bowser Jr. in Mario Kart 8. Even though in vanilla Mario Kart 8, I really wanted them to add Bowser Jr. because along with Diddy, he was my main in Mario Kart Double Dash. Plus, I just love Bowser Jr. But Bell always plays as him, and you don't want to step on someone's toes. You want Birdo in this game. Yeah, why isn't Birdo in this game? We have 5 babies and iPhone Peach, and yet no Birdo. Where's the justice?
Let's go!
Let's go. You know, I'm gonna be my boy just once. It's still Wiggler Wednesday. Why not? The really bad drawing of Wagyan, the AD, did in that episode. I remember that, and I already was like, is that a duck? She did more than one bad Wagyan drawing, I think. Okay, let's do Mirror. Do we want to do some wacky custom items again? I get Pinball Wizard stuck in my head. No, I can't steal a character from someone else. That's just, it's mean. Yeah, okay. The RNG is spoken. Gotta pick the best course. You know, part of me feels a little bad that I'm not streaming Prodigal today, but on the other hand, I think it's a good thing that I'm not, because I just wouldn't be able to do it with my throat the way it is. You did miss the first go on the new stuff, but we can do the new stuff again. I mean, I only did it once, so after this race, would all of you want to pick from the new stuff so Dak can experience it? I think that's only fair. Excellent. What kind of horn is that? It's like industrial grunge core sound effects. It's like a scare chord in like an indie RPG Maker horror game. I can't believe I've not played as my boy until now. Diddy, you cowards. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the same if I couldn't play as Bowser Jr. and Diddy and Tam. We are Mirror. Whoa. Whack. I feel like I should not have triple red shells. I think I've been cursed. Oh bother. Oh bother. Nah. Oh. Gee, Andorra, try living up to your name for once. Ooh, oh, jeez. You know, I've had so many weird and uncomfortable train rides ever since I had to start commuting with the train to work, and I feel like a go-kart walking into the train would just fit right in. Yeah. This is a problem. This is a problem. no! Oh, I needed that. Well, parachute, Pandora. Oh no! No, 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 no. Okay, okay, we're good, we're fine, we're fine. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll pick the London Loop. Or whatever one was first. I think it was the London Loop. If I was really rich, I had a lot of disposable income, I mean, amongst many other things, it'd be really fun to hire like a dialect coach so I could do different accents without having to think about it and just do them all accurately. I haven't unlocked everything in this game either, but that's because I don't really play it outside of either streams or playing with friends. Also, Nex is here. Hi, Nex. Well, this is perfect, so Nex can try out the new stuff too. Oh yeah, Dak's first experience with the new tracks is in Mirror Mode. It's fine. It's fine. Look, it's across the pond. It's all going to be backwards. It's fine. It's like that Simpsons episode about learning the toilets flushing the opposite direction in Australia. Sydney Sprint is upside down for sheer realism. Exactly. From what I've heard about London, I feel like there is not enough crime or pollution. Like I've heard, whoa, it's like there's a lot of really cool historical sites in that city. But also just, I guess, because of the population density. When I think about all the books I've read that are set in Victorian London too. The Thames is filthy. Then what do you expect for a major body of water in a major metropolis, not metropolis, urban center, I guess? Uh-oh, that's not the correct direction. Jeez, I've only driven this once and I'm already getting turned around. What? Pardon me. Whenever we get the Vancouver course, it better have like polar bears on the streets and a Tim Hortons on every corner and igloos, because that's what Canada is. And they modify all of Mario's voice clips, so he's like, "It's a me, eh?" There's a dog loose in the streets of London again. Honestly, people need to keep their pets on a leash. It's not safe. The chomps didn't come loose the first time we raced in this course, right? Or did I just fail to notice, which is entirely possible. Like my brain has been completely fried all day. Just due to feeling ill and feverish. Also, a pox on all like the spam calls I was getting on my phone while I was trying to rest this afternoon. You jerks. You know, I probably could like manually flip OBS upside down. Well, the capture upside down for Sydney Sprint, but I'm not gonna do that. Way to drive into barrels. I mean, this is what happens when you have an infant drive. Tim Hortons in the Mario universe is called Toad Hortons. What about Toad Mortons? It's a joint venture. And all their donuts are shaped like the donut blocks. Which actually would be good. I feel like you get a little more bang for your buck that way. Oh yeah, so earlier I tried to set the items as only crazy 8s, and it automatically switched on mushrooms as well. And I thought, oh, that's weird. And then we discovered that the items in the crazy 8 are dependent on what items you have available. So instead of like the specific array of 8 items you would get, you get 8 mushrooms instead. Toad Morton's, you'd go there once. I want to think about like Mario Universe knockoffs of actual businesses now. Like, what's the Mario equivalent of Subway? Or, well, I was thinking Subway because of your old job, Darth, but also Starbucks. I mean, I guess instead of a siren, the logo's a power star. That's boring. It's not a pun. And the music here is really cool. I hope it's not a weird thing to remember. I have a good memory for, like, details people tell me. And then sometimes they're taken aback. They're like, oh, you remember that? What? I may be bad with faces, but I'm good at other things. I keep looking up at the moon in the sky there. I keep expecting it to be like a boo face instead. It should be a fun little Easter egg. Sometimes the moon is a boo. Ow. It's okay, I meant to do that for the iframes. Oh, I won. Oh, was I about to lap Baby Mario? Oh. Maybe Subway is just Super Bell Subway. You know, like the train station. But also they sell sandwiches of dubious quality. Bleh. Oh, I lapped King Boo. That's so sad. Doing so poorly on his own course. Have some pride, man. You did the opposite of winning. Well, hey, you weren't King Boo. I haven't answered that yet. I have not big ran yet, actually. I was gonna try it before stream, but I wasn't feeling well enough to do it. I'll probably try it a little after stream tonight if I'm feeling well enough. And then I will be streaming Big Run tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, which is 1 p.m. my time. You know, that's kind of what I expected it to lead into when Dax said, but have you big with a capital B? And my brain just mentally filled it in with the cat? Big the cat would like Big Run. He would have no idea what's going on though. You did a couple big runs, but you won both. Congratulations. Okay. Weird. How is salmoning in Waku World? Just let the salmonids on the teacup ride, please. I wish I had the energy and like less chronic back pain to draw a bunch of illustrations of salmonid enjoying carnival rides. I feel like it'd be very cute. And like 5 small fries in a trench coat trying to ride the roller coaster. Maybe they got like a little wig on, so people think they're squids. I want more salmonid lore. I think they're fascinating. I want my little buddy. Have any of you seen, like Nintendo's little, I guess, like online magazine? The cover for the holiday season is a squid kid with a little buddy wrapped in her coat. It's very cute. But there's an official English translation of some of it. And there's a little interview with Deep Cut in there that's pretty cute. Oh, no. I saw that coming. Oh, I love that you can hear the emote sounds from Animal Crossing. Maybe I should play as a villager. But it's like playing as Bowser Jr. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. This is a beautiful cornucopia of items. It just looks aesthetically pleasing. This is the perfect set of gear to stomp some Koopas. No. Oh, no. Does anybody remember, like, the big green wigglers from Double Dash? I guess they were meant to look like the wigglers in Sunshine, but the one wiggler in Sunshine. But kind of weird looking. Like they weren't ripe yet. Why didn't I... Curses. Bad. Matt. Well, I don't know if it's an online magazine, per se. Let me really quick see if I can find it. I feel like... was not smart enough to add it to my likes, I don't think. Nope. I feel like it was on the official Splatoon Japanese account. Let me see. Let me scroll a little bit and see if I can't find it. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna put this in chat here. Here we go. Does anybody want to put that in the squid cord if you're also part of the squid cord? Netzines. Back when we were very convinced we would adhere to the exact formats of paper online. Now it's like, oh, you mean the PDF podcast? May you share a completely unrelated pet peeve you have that has nothing to do with anything going on right now. You may. I mean, what am I gonna say? No. Get out.
Let's go.
Love that biker Peach from the Mario movie trailer with the halberd. I've seen people disparaging it like, oh, they're girl bossing Princess Peach now, but it's like, come on, it's cool. I think she's cool. Let me have this. Actually, no, I'm gonna put her back on the Wiggler. Or City Tripper? Sure, it's a cute color with Peach. Yeah, that was the DK64. Get out. Okay, I'll do not mirror. Yeah, let's put on hard comps. They were too much of a pushover last time. All right, the gods have spoken. So you've seen a few publications post their top 10 movies of 2022 lists, and the responses are always like, I've never heard of these movies. This is a fake list. Why don't you have X movie instead? And you're just like, why don't you go, I've never heard of these movies before. Thanks for giving me something new to check out. Why does it have to be, I've never heard of these movies, you're wrong? Because bros on the internet. Lightning and, well, this one has lightning and blue shells. Oh right, we didn't do Rock Mountain. Oops. I got so distracted by Maple Tree Way. It irks you so much when people disparage critics' picks not being like the top box office. I feel like money made definitely is not equivocal to quality of the film. But also things like top 10 lists are extremely subjective. You know, even things like what critics say, you know, extremely subjective. And like maybe a lot of critics will say, oh, this movie is bad, but if you enjoy it, if it makes you happy, who cares? I'm gonna actually enjoy this track now and not just rant about terrible Christmas music. I don't actually like Christmas very much. I like the lights. That's about it. Does anybody remember, like, the Christmas episode of the Super Mario World cartoon? Or I guess Mario dressed up as Santa and had to get Yoshi a present. Why did Yoshi talk like such a baby in that? Like, I'm pretty sure if I'm not misremembering, Yoshi referred to himself in the third person. Or first person, rather. What? Where do you think you're going? Get back here. No! At least wait till I'm in the air so we can... Oh. Is this necessary? Alright. Alright, alright. Well, at least it didn't really affect me. Yeah, the sound of Peach's horn actually sounds a little bit like the start of the melody in Peach Garden. It's like, da-da-da-da. See? I wonder, I mean, that's always been her horn. I wonder if that's was the intent all along. Or if it's just a coincidence. Probably should have held on to that banana for safety. Oh, missed. Right in the doors ahead of me. Come on, Blue Shell. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Manifesting Blue Shell. Manifesting Blue Shell. Manifesting Villager instead. Well. If the box office were a perfect meritocracy, we wouldn't need critics. Amen. Very glad I beat Villager there, or at least I would have been ticked off. The responses to the list are like, this is pretentious. Okay, okay, hang on. Rock Mountain. Or in the West, Mega Mountain. I wish I was a $250 million blockbuster. Are we going to the mountains? Or are we going to Germany? Or are we going to space? Or space Germany? I must defend brand. Going to space. Maybe space Germany. Oh, Cosmo was sitting on the couch nearby a little while ago, but he just got up and he's having food. Thought you all had to know. These lists try to give credit to the smaller indie films, but people just go, where is superhero movie? There's not enough Marvel on this list. saw a Tumblr post earlier that said something like, to a European, Marvel fans and weebs are exactly the same. You're both fawning over overseas media, only they phrase it better than that. But I don't have to be clever. I don't have to drive well. I'm feeling sick. That's my excuse. Ugh. Ah! I want to look in the background and see Paper Mario floating by with a space helmet on. Or maybe Paper Mario suffocating in space without a space helmet on. You know, he made his choice. Well... What? Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Going all the way to Space Germany. And the music in this Rainbow Road is so good. And I ruined it. Compliment the music, get a star. Oh, bother. Oh man, that was really sad. Oh, someone else fell off. Hi, Joe. That was really sad. I don't know. How the heck are you ninth, same way I'm 8th? We're just gonna write that one off collectively. Okay. Rock Mountain. That was the Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7. It's a good one. Well, except for the bizarre omission of Waluigi. That was 7, yeah? Where you could play as, like, the Honey Queen or whatever her name was. But from Mario Galaxy, but not Waluigi. That was 7, right? You don't remember that Rainbow Road? You don't like it because there are parts of the track that aren't rainbow. Touché. Moon Chomps, though. Metal Mario and Queen Bee. But no Waluigi. Yeah, Wiggler was also playable. The gay club that's half bachelorette parties? Is that what you're saying that Rainbow Road was? That's true, Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road also has a lot of non-rainbow. But it's got a sweet blooper spaceship. Much like how that one has chomps on the moon. I will forgive it. See, those I-beams look like M's. It's Mega Mountain. Just a little gamer humor for you all. God, I'm sorry. It's fine. Everything is excused when I bring up the Birdly voice. No bother. Alright. Pandora's just gonna fall down the mountain now. High five! Yes. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna make it. Aww. Pandora. I'll take back everything I said. Where did Bowser come from? Ah, heck, what is going on? Oh, that's embarrassing. Super Circuit Rainbow Road is cute, with the way Bowser's castle from the first Paper Mario was hanging out in the background. I always enjoyed that detail. You know, and it's nice to see an acknowledgement of the Paper Mario series outside of Paper Mario itself. Also, I will still staunchly maintain that Origami King is a good game. And I hope that streaming it maybe changed some people's minds. Is it a traditional Paper Mario game? No. But is it charming and funny? Yes. And the music's really good. And Olivia's a good girl. The tree, okay. Oh, bother. Nah. That's true, it wasn't a series yet at the time. Next year you should finish Origami King. You started it but got bored 2 ribbons in. That's okay. I forgive you. I mean, hey, if you're ever curious, I streamed the whole thing. The sad cruelty of letdown expectations, yeah. That incline at the end gave you Mario Party flashbacks. Like the boulder toss minigame. Yeah, that one. You did such a great shortcut the first lap and tried so hard to make it work the next 2 despite lacking 3 mushrooms and a star each time. You just get through with gumption, it's fine. Next time we do another set of 4, you suggest 4 different rainbow roads. I guess we could do that. Why don't we do that for the next set of 4 and I'll call it an evening there, because I should probably rest my voice. Gumption is a good word. I agree. At work the other day, I forget why, but I said I was a Philistine. And a coworker said, no, there's a good word. It is a good word. And I am a Philistine. I think it's because I might have said it because I never watch movies. Or whatever. Another coworker lamenting that I didn't understand their memes. Because I don't, or their references, but because I don't watch movies. So you know what's really jarring is having... I don't mean this as a disparaging comment, but it's jarring having, like, you know, a lot of coworkers, just so many people talking about, oh, so I saw this thing on TikTok, and I'm like, man, it's like Facebook. And like, you know, everybody had Facebook, and everybody's using TikTok, and I'm not. And I'm not saying I'm better for not using it. It's just, I've never been in the loop. See, my strategy is you can never feel out of the loop if you've never been in the loop to begin with. I feel like that blue shell should have hit him, dude. Just because. Oh, okay. I'll take it. I saw you slowing down there. Don't think I didn't see that. You know what spooked me when I was little was Mario 64. That 1 star in Bob on Battlefield, you have to free the chomp. Because it keeps darting at you. And like you're just desperately trying to get Mario to ground pound on that pole. It's like, please, no. He's bitey. He's scary and big. Oh, okay. Enjoy your shell, I guess. Oh no. Save me, Luigi. Ooh. Ah. Oh no. Save me, Luigi. No. Why? These are my gardens. How dare you? Too little, too late. You have opinions about TikTok, which you should probably not share. Oh no, I mean, if you want to tear into it, please tear into it, because I'm of the same mindset. I don't like the whole thought about like doom scrolling and people just, you know, having the algorithm just twist what content they see. And you got turned around. I mean, that's okay. The whole course is reversed. I think that's the intent, is to turn people around. Okay, so we're gonna go through the rainbow roads. We're gonna start with hang on, I guess we need to figure out the order we're doing this in. Yeah, it's mirror. Okay. I'll put everything on just for now. This is Rainbow Road Rage. You like TikTok in general, but the toxicity of the platform makes Twitter look like a daycare. I don't like the way just a lot of misinformation gets spread on it. Okay, I'm gonna start with 8's Rainbow Road. So we'll start with 8's Rainbow Road. And then we'll do the Super Nintendo Rainbow Road. And then... oh, what am I missing? Needs to be 200cc. Let's not do 200cc. Oh, and N64. Right. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's do this one. We'll do Super Nintendo Rainbow Road. We'll do N64 Rainbow... Okay. Well, that works too. 200cc Rainbow Road. Lakitu will be doing it. No, it's okay. I think it's funny. I mean, we were gonna do it anyway. Okay, next one we'll do 8's Rainbow Road. We'll do the Super Nintendo one, and we'll do the N64 one to cap it off. And then I have to call it a night and rest my voice. I gotta say, this has been really fun after being bedridden all day. And just sick for the past couple days. And having to go into work yesterday, and boy, I did not feel good. To close at work yesterday too. I was trying to take it easy-ish, but at the end of the night I was getting kind of dizzy. Like, it was hard to tell, like, am I running a fever, or am I just sweating profusely because the building is obnoxiously hot? And the building is obnoxiously hot. Like, it's always a sauna there, but it's even worse. And my coworkers don't seem to be sweating profusely, so it's probably on me. For real though, they need to turn down the temperature in that building. My god. Maybe another time we'll do the true Rainbow Road Rage at 200cc. But I feel like, especially late in the evening, that just wouldn't be a good time. Why are there chunks rolling on the moon? Not that it's a bad thing, they're allowed to be there. I just wonder, who put them there? Are they native to the moon? Are they an invasive species? Look at the iridescence on that asteroid. And then I almost drove off the stage because I was looking at, wow, my shadow is on that moon. The best laid plans of Mice and Morri. Look at that background. Wow. Like a painting. This one isn't a loop. It's the track is divided into 3 different sections that serve as each individual lap. Which I think is a pretty fun concept. Okay, Super Nintendo. There it is. Okay. Oh, right, not Super Nintendo. I forgot. We were gonna do the Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road. No, I did say we were gonna do Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road, and then I got all turned around. Yeah, the N64 Rainbow Road also does the same thing, where it's one long course but divided into 3 sections, which is probably for the best since, you know, the original in the N64 was just really long. And keeping its length intact, it would just take forever to race. They did make it really too short in this version, though, I concur. But then, like, the version of the N64 Rainbow Road here, I think, bears very little resemblance to how it was on the N64. Which might be for the best in some cases, because the N64 one, my least favorite Rainbow Road, is just very dull to drive on. Oh, jeez, get off backwards. And like railings everywhere. I mean, what's the point of a Rainbow Road if you're not falling off every 30 seconds? Ah, no! That was a good shot with the boomerang. You never see the boomerang used very effectively. Oh, boo. Oh, next. Don't you hate it when that happens? Oh, good. Golden mushroom on Rainbow Road, just what I want. This is a good item to get. Lots of mushrooms on Rainbow Road. Oh yeah, saw that coming. Don't put me back. Jeez, Lakitu. Do you want a tip or something? Okay. I'm having a good time. Having a good time. I'm a shooting star. Something through the sky. Like a tiger. I think I would remember the words to that better because a coworker of mine has it on the playlist and I hear it like at least twice a day. Lady Godiva. Every time I hear Don't Stop Me Now, I think of this video someone made when Alolan Exeggutor was announced, showing an Execute and its neck just shooting up to the stratosphere to that song. Well, I wasn't in the back. I wasn't in the last. In the back. Okay. Now it's the Super Nintendo Rainbow Road. I'm not getting my wires crossed this time. The real Rainbow Road rage was playing Mirror. I set Mirror at the beginning next. I mean, 200cc would just be too cruel, but I think Mirror is just the right amount of cruel. It's been Mirror the entire time. The mirror is coming from inside the house. I feel like now it's somebody has to pick the wrong Rainbow Road. It's funnier. Then who was Mirror? Man, car, hand, hook, Rainbow Road. In the words of Croc and Oogway from Kung Fu Panda, but we saw you fall to your death. No, you saw me fall. I'm sorry if I said any of those names wrong. I've seen like bits of Kung Fu Panda. I've heard it's cute though. New mirror, who dis? Get out of here, Wendy. That's what. Oh, playing with fire. Playing with fire. Yeah, if I really wanted to suffer, I would have picked the Flame Rider. Or what's the other bike that turns weird? The Yoshi bike? Like one of them just turns super sharply. And it throws me off. Wow. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Maybe the thwomp saved me. Blooper. No. I don't need more money. I'm a princess. I have like infinite money. I'm sure I could just get more coins minted if I really had to. Collapse the Mushroom Kingdom economy. What do I care? Maybe that's why the exchange between the Mushroom Kingdom and the Bean Boom Kingdom is so out of whack. Heck, everything. No. Hi. Endora, I know you've played Quest of Kai. Have you ever played Tower of Druaga? Because I've heard that one's also ridiculous with how unfair it is and how cryptic, like, the methods for getting through it are. Woohoo. Well, I wasn't last. I mean, I'm second. I'm the first loser. Okay. N64 Rainbow Road. How do I feel about Mario Kart and Rainbow Road being in the Mario movie? I mean, honestly, I would watch a Mario Kart movie. Where the heck? There it is. My head was blocking it. Yeah, Tower of Druaga. Since Andora's Me is a Kai from the same series. You keep a notebook of all the treasures in Tower of Druaga near your desk in case you want to play it. Oh, you don't know too many people who know about that game. Well, there you go. I have approximate knowledge of many things. I've never played it myself, mind. Your brain read that as Dragula. Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Mario Kart. I saw a picture of, like, you know those like twee live laugh love posters? Someone had one that said like, live through the ditches, laugh through the witches, love in the back of my Dragula. Every once in a while, I get that song stuck in my head. I remember once talking to my dad about that song and saying, like, I'm positive it's about a car. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, just listen to the lyrics. It's got to be about a car. And then we looked it up, and it was... I haven't read the Wikipedia page myself. And my dad said, oh, it's about Grandpa Munster's car from the Munsters. I'm like, I knew it. Told you. Anyway, it's a good song. Crashermania 2, Dragula's Curse. Uh-oh, I should have saved that shell. No, we're good. Or banana. Banana, go banana! Oh! No! I'm gonna have Dragula feel this stuck in my head. That's okay. It's a good song. No! You get out of here. No, there's too many stars! Ugh. I mean, I guess we are in space. Could probably just reach out and grab one. Baby Luigi! I lost a baby Luigi. Rob Zombie directed the new Monsters movie? Really? I would assume he's a fan. There's probably good odds that he's a fan. Well, dang. I won. Despite, like, running a mild fever. It was a very weird movie. You didn't like it. Oh. Okay, I should call it an evening here. I know it's a little under my usual time, but because I'm sick, I should probably rest. Thank you very much for racing with me. I am extremely grateful. Again, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, I will be streaming a little Splatoon. Big run, so look out for that. Bye. Yes, thank you. I might try a little Splatoon tonight, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just veg out and play Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know if I have the brain power for Big Run as much as I want to play it, because fever, you know. You'll be joining Wahoo tomorrow? Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, if any of you are around and have Splatoon, I would be delighted to stand in with you. Skill level be darned. I'm just here to have a good time. So, in the meantime, please stay safe, stay healthy, unlike me, and have a great evening. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.